Well, hello. I'm so glad that you've connected to Upwards. I am so honored today to have one of my good friends and a businessman, Mr. Kimby, all the way from Cameroon. He runs a shop here in Baltimore, actually three different locations. Used to have this he used to have this very shop in, excuse me, he runs three different shops, stores in three different locations. But I'm excited that today I'm in one of his biggest, newest and very fantastic location here in Middle River. Mr. Kimby,
Yes.
so good to see you.
Yes, sir. I'm happy to see you after such a long time.
It's been a while. I know COVID, we didn't get to see each other.
I know.
And the next time I see you, boom, the business has gone to a new level.
Well, we thank God for everything. You know, there is a season for everything.
Wonderful, wonderful. Have you been? How you doing? The name of the store is Exotica, House Furniture and Mattress. This is a place you get good discounts. And as we talk and discuss, you'll get to get more information. Go ahead, Mr. Kimby.
Well, Exotic House Furniture was founded like in 2013.
2013.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to sell furniture for a reputable dealer in the area. After 15 years,
Right.
it was time for me to set up shop. So I started with one little store. And it wasn't too easy because I used to work by myself.
Yeah.
And in the evening, I would close the shop and go and deliver. So after 6 months, as business was booming and thriving,
Right.
then I hired labor, and it has come to more than one location. So, you know,
Wow.
now at least I can say the business is kind of stable.
So you can say you're living the American dream.
Well, you know, the word American dream means a lot to different people. But
Right.
what I can say is I have been blessed by the Lord.
Amen.
Anything that you get on earth is the Lord that has provided for you.
True.
Yes.
True.
I think it's the Lord's doing. But I should say the business is stable.
Wonderful. I know you're a hardworking man and God-fearing. Besides just the Lord doing it, there's been a lot of hard work. There's been a lot of sacrifice.
Definitely.
Can you just walk us through, because I know when you left Cameroon coming to America, I don't know, did you have furniture shop in mind, or it's just, how did you stumble to this opportunity?
Well, when I was growing up as a young man, I never wanted to be a businessman at all.
Right.
I had some uncles that were successful business people in breweries, in foodstuffs, and in general merchandise in Cameroon, and they were doing well. And
Right.
my maternal uncles. But when I was growing up, I was thinking that maybe I'd go to college, have a degree, become a police chief, marry a beautiful woman, have a nice family. But the Lord took me in another direction. When I left Cameroon, I went to Europe.
Right.
Went to France, to Belgium, and Germany. Lived in Germany for like 5 years. But that was not my place. And to cut a long story short, the Lord brought me to the United States. And in the United States, you know, you don't rely on any person to pay your bills. So I had to get a job so that I can sustain myself. The first business I went into in the nearest mall that was beside me was a furniture store. And the Caucasian gentleman woke up and just yelled at me, "I gave you a job, why didn't you come?" And called for people to come and take me to work. And that's how I started working in a warehouse, helping with deliveries of furniture. And after like 3 months, the owner of the store discovered that I could speak German fluently, French fluently, English fluently, and I could speak like 6 other African languages. So he said, "Oh, this man should be a salesperson if he speaks over 6 languages."
Right.
Then he gave me an opportunity to start selling furniture on condition that I sell at least $40,000 a month. And I started selling on the 15th of the month. Before the 30th, I had already sold more than 40,000.
Wow.
So the man was like, "Wow." He said, "You stay there." And I stayed on that floor, and I was selling averagely $100,000 a month alone. And we were 6 salespeople, and the business was thriving. Then the man eventually made me a store manager.
Right.
And gave me my own store to run. So, you know, the long and short of it is that when you give proper customer service,
Yes.
and you treat your customers more like family, treat them the way you would love to be treated if you went into a store.
Right.
And that's how you'd get customers that will be satisfied and would send you referrals. Because if a customer is not satisfied and they go with a bad bitter taste in their mouth, then they are not likely to tell their brothers, their sisters, and their relatives to come and shop with you. But if you give proper customer service and the customer feels that you're treating them properly, they don't only buy, they send you referrals.
Wow. 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 So you did 100,000 sale for 1 month?
Yes, that was averagely. The store was selling like...
Was it like what you have? Because what I realized in your store, you have very unique things.
Yes.
I've been around a couple of furniture stores, but I think you have very outstanding, high quality stuff. So when you're beginning, like you said, you just started, you got into a store. When you came, take us back. When you came from Cameroon, did you come with your family here, or did you come alone?
No, I came.
Because I know the hassle of trying to settle down, especially from diaspora, from Africa.
Well, I came alone. I didn't have a family because I've been...
Were you married then?
Yes, I wasn't married and I was alone.
So all this
yeah, I've been
glow.
here. I've been here for like 18 years.
18 years.
And actually been out of Africa for 22 years.
Wow.
So I left Africa when I wasn't gray, and now I'm...
Wisdom.
I'm almost like a middle-aged man. I left Africa when I was almost 22 years ago, so I was just a boy when I left Africa. So the journey has been long. So when I came to the United States, I just got blessed, because most immigrants, when they come here, they need to settle down, they need to have their legal papers to live in the country and everything. I was just lucky that when I came in here, I petitioned the government and I applied for asylum, and it was granted after a couple of months. So I did not go through the hassle that most immigrants go through, like getting settled in the country, having legal status and all that. The Lord blessed me right away. In less than 11 months, I had it taken care of directly by the United States government. So I was able, therefore, to have a travel document from the government, you know, that I could go back to Europe, greet my friends that I had left behind, travel around. So it wasn't really much of a problem for me settling down and traveling, you know.
So you because you just mentioned that you have an exposure, you know, with the different countries. I believe French.
Yes.
Cameroon is a bio.
Well, Cameroon,
the south and the north or something.
Yeah, Cameroon, if I should explain it to our people, is an African country. It's in between West and Central Africa. Some people think it's West, some people think it's Central, but it's like a gateway. It's like a bridge between the Western and the Central part. And if I should give you a brief historical synopsis, it used to be a German colony.
Not a French, because you know when we hear, I have many Cameroonian friends, and they speak both French and English. So I assume that French was the predominant colonies.
Actually, Cameroon was never a colony.
Really?
Yes, it was. The name Cameroon comes from the Portuguese word cameros, meaning shrimp. In the 14th century, when the Portuguese were touring the area, there was a lot of shrimp on the coast of Cameroon. So they just termed the area Cameroes. So the name Cameroon comes from the word shrimp that the Portuguese explorers termed it that way. Now, after the Portuguese came and explored the area for palm oil and minerals, they were just traders, they left. Then the Spaniards came, explored, and they left. The British came, explored, and they left. It was the Germans that came and signed a treaty in the 1800s to have the place as a protectorate. So now they started gaining more land, adding to their protectorate. Then they ended up naming the country Cameroon with a K. Then the Germans consolidated their hold on the place, fought with the local chiefs, just like they did in Namibia with the Hereros. Then took the land, and they became the people that settled on the land. Unfortunately, after the First World War, the British and the French defeated the Germans in Europe, defeated the Germans in Africa, then drove the Germans away from Cameroon, then took the land that was German Cameroon, which was 3 times the size of present-day Cameroon,
wow,
and split it in 2. So one side went to the British and one side went to the French. And that is how the place was administered by the British and the French separately, until in the 60s, when the African countries were asking for independence.
Right.
Then the British decided that the British part of Cameroon should join Nigeria, and the population did not want it. Then they organized another referendum and fused them over with Cameroon.
Right.
Then the northern part of Cameroon, which was under Britain, went to Nigeria, which is still present in Nigeria. So it's kind of a complicated history.
Very rich history.
Yes, people need
Very
to know
rich
how the
history.
country came to be called Cameroon.
I didn't know that. That's news for me.
Yes.
Hey, I want you to leave a comment. Let me know if you knew that. Yeah. Now
That's why you have some Cameroonians speaking
Right.
only French, some Cameroonians speaking only English, and some speaking both.
Yes.
Some of us speak English and French and even German because we went to school in Germany.
in Germany.
But if you see most of the people that have been through the college, that have gone say to university, they should be able to speak French and English.
Both. Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, that's a lesson in history. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yes.
So you leave Cameroon. You come. Okay. You leave from Cameroon. You went to Europe.
Yes.
You
And I lived in Europe for 5 years.
for 5 years.
Yes. Then I left Germany.
Yes.
And came to the United States.
And came to United States. And then, of course, you joined this company,
Yes.
furniture shop, and you went beyond expectation.
Yes, I did.
Now, take us to that journey. How did you start with one like a sofa set? How did you start? Because I look at I've seen you over years. I've known you for some time now. And I see your diligence, and I've always been curious. How did you start? Did you start with a dining table, or did you start with a sofa set? Were you selling on commission? How did you start? Because what you're doing is big.
Well, the thing is, the key word is consistency.
Consistency.
Now, if people know
Yes.
that you're selling mattresses, and you're selling mattresses all the time,
Right.
they will always come to you. If people know that you're selling living rooms and you're consistent, they will always come.
Right.
People want something consistent and sure. That's the first thing. When I started with a very small store. And
So did you source them? Did you, because for someone who is thinking of, I know you're an entrepreneur.
furniture, for example,
Yeah.
is a heavy investment industry.
Right.
Meaning you cannot
So you
just...
you had capital for it?
meaning you cannot just jump out there with 50,000 and just open a furniture store.
Right.
It doesn't work like that, because you'll have to pay rent, you have to pay security deposit, you
Right.
need to put the signs up. Some of the signs will cost just like 8,000 for signs alone.
Branding, yeah.
Then you would have now to buy the furniture and set it up and market the place. So if you want to open, let's say, a small furniture store, you are talking of at least hundreds of thousands of dollars
Wow.
to start.
Yes.
Now, it's a heavy investment
Yes.
type of industry, but the turnover is not bad, because everybody needs a mattress.
Right.
Everybody, you cannot say you're going to sleep on the floor in this day and age. People need to sit on the table to eat.
Yes.
You cannot say, okay, I just got married, but I'm going to sleep on the floor. Maybe your wife will run out of the house. So
Yeah.
people need, these are things that people need.
Right.
How
Their
I started,
necessity, yeah.
Yes, I started small. I started with less than $100,000. And I had just one little store working alone. In the evening, I will go and deliver
Right.
myself. But as the business picked up, that is how I hired
Started
some
building.
help.
Yeah.
Then when the business grew, that's how I expanded and had more than one location. So the thing is, you work hard so
Yes.
that the Lord can bless the work of your hands.
The work of your hands, correct. So consistency. You shared that's one of the nuggets. Which other nuggets can you share with us in terms of if someone is thinking of being an entrepreneur, beginning something?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a very good question, because you see, most of us Africans in the United States, we are highly educated,
Right.
and we are mostly into healthcare.
Yes.
But what I would like to encourage my African brothers and sisters is that there is a lot out there we can do. Entrepreneurship is very good because you could be a registered nurse and invest in a beauty store, for beauty products. You can be a pharmacist and invest in a mattress store. You can be a medical doctor and own your own assisted living, or so you can do the business side of everything.
Right.
You could supply the materials to these healthcare companies. You could even do medical products. What I would suggest is you do what you have a passion for.
Right.
You do what you know how to do, and do it well and do it consistently. And when you're doing the job, don't say, I'm doing this for money or to get paid. Just work and put your heart into it.
Yes.
Then the money would come and God will bless it.
Amen.
I can tell you a secret that I don't even keep records of the sales. Why? Because the exact figure I will not give you, but I will know when it's going up, I will know when it's going down. But I don't go calculating every single dollar and cent. What I do, what bothers me is to satisfy the clients. When you are more worried about satisfying the client will be more worried about paying you.
Right.
So when a customer comes into the store, they're worried about the money. Where will they get it to pay you? You have to be worried. What am I going to do to give them a product that does not break on the way?
Customer satisfaction.
What am I going to, you should be worried about the delivery to make the customer satisfied. When you are worried about customer satisfaction, then that is when the blessing comes in. But if you are only worried about taking money from the customer, then you will not be worried about customer satisfaction. You should not be able to sleep well if the customer calls you with a complaint or calls you and says that something is wrong. You should have some joy when the customer tells you that they are satisfied with their mattress, their living room is good, their lamps are shining, their dining room is good, their bedroom is good, all their accent pieces are good, the place looks good. Then you should have some satisfaction because the customers are satisfied.
Right, right. But let me ask you, if you don't keep your books, how do you know how your liabilities and the accounts?
The accountant does that.
Oh, okay.
I do. So, what I meant to say is I don't go like calculating every yes.
Okay.
I just when the business is doing fine, you feel it because you see the money in the account.
Right, right.
When the business is not doing fine, you will see it because you see the money reduced in the account.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I don't dwell much on that.
So you're not driven by the bottom line. You're driven
by customer satisfaction. Because I have
place to shop. Yeah.
I have learned that when the customer is satisfied, the business will do well by itself.
Because they will definitely make referrals.
They will send you referrals.
Yes.
They will come back and they will bring other people back. I have customers that stop what they're doing, take people and drive them here so that the people should shop because they were satisfied with the service.
Wonderful. So for the person who's thinking of stepping out, like we said, there's consistency, there's just following your passion and not necessarily...
And hard work.
And hard work. What are some of the advice that you'd give, especially because every investment, you definitely need capital.
Definitely.
And unfortunately for some of us, or most people, they just feel they can have both the cake without necessarily putting in some work to it. In other words, they don't want to work hard for it, but they want to have the best in life. What are some of the ways? Because I know in, just talking and discussing, you told me the sacrifices that you had to make for you to build the capital.
Yes. I have heard a lot of brothers and sisters telling me that they have a job, they don't like the job, and they want to do business so that the money will come in and they will just sit behind and relax. And I laughed and I told them that don't be surprised, the business will be more work and more stress than the job you have now. Ask all successful entrepreneurs worldwide, go and ask them, Jack Ma, in China, he will tell you
Alibaba,
that you can never have success easy. There is stress associated with success.
Right.
Now, you must step out of your comfort zone.
Right.
Now, let's say you want to open, you are a lady and you want to open a store to sell beauty products. That is a $1 billion industry.
Right.
Now, if you are not ready to get up from bed, make sure that the inventory is right, make sure that the salespeople are polite doing the job, make sure that the store looks good, then it's going to collapse. You should be ready to put in the hard work.
Right.
And you should be ready to come out of your comfort zone. And business is generally a risk. You should not be afraid. Because if you do not fall, you would not rise.
Right.
Even if you start a business and it falters, don't be discouraged. Be consistent. Once you are consistent and you are ready to work hard, then that's when you see results. Now, if you believe that business is going to be something that you will just relax on a couch
and it will just profit to set,
sip tea and biscuits, sip tea and biscuits, then you may just be more better off having a regular job. But if you want to be an entrepreneur,
you have to put in work.
And you've targeted a need and you have passion for it, then you can go in, work hard, be organized, and things would be just fine.
Wonderful. Viewers, if you're joining us, I'm honored to have a sit-in with the CEO of Exotica House Furniture, located here in Middle River. They have one branch in Security Boulevard.
That's on Rawlings Road. And definitely another one will be coming soon in Prince George's County.
In PG County, yes.
Yes. If you have one location, you can have 20 locations.
Multiple, because the principle is the same.
Yeah, the principle is to start and to run it efficiently, run it proficiently, work hard, give proper customer service. I take an example of Bob's Furniture.
Yes.
He started with one store and he owns over 50 stores now. So the issue is to manage it properly.
Well, yeah.
Once you manage properly and you give good customer service and you are ready to work hard and deprive yourself of a bit of sleep, you would be successful. You cannot be too comfortable as a businessman. I tell people that I sleep 3 to 6 hours a day because even when you are sleeping, somebody will call you and tell you that the kids have broken the bed or that something has gone wrong. Even if they call you at 11 o'clock, you need to pick up the phone.
Right.
So you cannot be too comfortable. People will call you at hours you were supposed to be resting, but as a business person, as an entrepreneur, you would have to pick up the phone so that you meet a need. At times, people will call me and I'll come back and open the store at 11 p.m.
At night?
Yes, because they have a need. People will move, they give them the keys, they didn't buy no mattress, and they're staring at the bare floor. So you need to satisfy, at times we bend over backwards to satisfy the customers.
Wow, wow. Very quick questions as we begin to wrap it up. What's your routine like? As a CEO, what's your routine like?
Normally, I go to bed late because I have a lot to do. If you have children in the United States, you know that it's very demanding. You want to spend some time with your kids. And I have my mom, God bless her, because she is alive for me.
Yes.
She is over 80, so I need to spend some time with my mom so we can talk, so I can know how she's doing. So I generally go to bed late.
Okay.
But I get up like 8 o'clock in the morning. Then I will take a shower. Then I will try to have some time with my mom. Then we'll sit on the table, maybe eat a bit of breakfast, and I'm off to work so that by 10, the stores are open. Then when I come, it is tedious work. You have to order the furniture. You have to see if the banks paid you. You have to sell. You have to make sure that the floor looks good. You have to make sure that the trucks are running. There is gas. Insurance is paid. Taxes are paid. So there's a lot of paperwork to do. There is a lot of selling to do. So you have to talk to the people, make sure that you sit with them, and even if they don't buy, you give them a business card, encourage them and thank them for coming in.
Right.
So I am always busy. There is really, the only free time I have is when I just sneak out, or maybe after work, I can go on WhatsApp, watch a few videos on YouTube. That is my downtime.
Right.
My best time is when I'm alone after work. I take like 1 or 2 hours. I watch videos, what is going on in Africa, because
Catch up with current affairs.
I'm interested in politics. As a Pan-Africanist, I believe that if you are from Africa, you should be able to live in Nairobi and Johannesburg or Lagos or Ghana. You should be able to live in any other African country. So when I get up in the morning, I look at the political situation all over Africa. I start from the Arabic countries, from Mauritania to Egypt. Then I start from the Sahel all the way to South Africa. I look at what is going on. Are there presidential elections in Kenya? Who are the people running? Like last night, there were governor. There were elections in Nigeria for governors. I was there at night, so I followed up. I discovered the person that won in Osun State. So I try to make sure that I keep an eye on what is going on in Africa. All countries. Is there war anywhere? How do we make the war to cease? Is there economic problems in a country with minerals? Like in Zambia, we are worried that some other people are taking the minerals and not paying for. Is there massive youth unemployment anywhere in Africa? We try to look at it and we try to see if we can suggest solutions to the governments of those countries. Now, you have the Democratic Republic of Congo. They have a lot of unrest in the east. So we try to see what is going on. Then we try to say, okay, we are the African diaspora. This is what we suggest. So we try to engage African governments how to manage their minerals so that they could do secondary production on the ground, which will save them a lot of money. Take Nigeria, for example. They are the largest exporter of crude oil in Africa, but they have oil petrol shortage because they will export the crude oil, then import the refined products, lose out on the tar which they use to build their roads, lose out on the fertilizer. Right now they are trying to fix it because there's a refinery being built now that can take care of half of Africa. But we had now to tell them that, what are you doing? Sending everything out and re-importing it. Same thing with other countries in Africa.
That's the problem of Africa.
Then we also tell other countries, like in Ghana, where they discovered oil and they don't have enough, the Western world does not want to give out loans to extract the oil. I'm saying that you could do, other African countries could loan you the money. And you do the investment and you share the profits.
Wow, so that's Pan-African politics.
Yes.
And you're aware Kenya is having an elections this year.
I know that, and I'm following it up because I'm very interested in Kenya because it is a hub for peace in East Africa. And we do not want, I have never been to Kenya, but I follow up everything that is going on. My sister was there. She went to Mombasa, Nairobi, and to other cities, and she loved it. It was so beautiful. She enjoyed her time. What we are saying is we want elections that are credible, that are peaceful. Not one person should die because of an election, and the votes should be counted and the winner declared, and the person that is out of office should congratulate and assist the person that takes power so that Africa can be rebuilt. So that when Africans move out of Africa, they should be able to live in Africa too. But if they're out of Africa and they want to go back to Africa, they shouldn't say that, oh, there is political unrest, we cannot go. Africa should be peaceful. I should be able to live in Uganda. I should be able to live in Tanzania. I should be able to live in Ghana. I should be able to live in Zimbabwe. So if we have peace and political elections that are free and transparent, then Africa will start developing at a tremendous pace, because there are some people that have interest in having Africa the way it is so that they can take the minerals.
In the confusion.
But when you stop fighting and you sit down and you start addressing issues, youth unemployment, food, security, and when the people have enough food and they are employed, the place will pick up on its own. We lay emphasis on 4 key factors: healthcare, agriculture, education, and infrastructure. If you do just these 4 things, you can close down the rest of the ministries as long as you have good education, agriculture, healthcare, and infrastructure. The rest would follow.
But of course, they have to also to deal with the pandemic of corruption. That's a menace in all African nations. Without proper governance and transparency.
You cannot have good governance if the place is all corrupt. Good governance comes with accountability. There are some countries in Africa like Rwanda that have little or no minerals at all, that are landlocked. But because of proper management, you discover that it has direct foreign investment more than
Most countries in Africa, that's true.
Yes, the corruption index is very low. Once we reduce corruption in Africa, once we start managing properly,
yes,
and our political situation becomes stable, we will develop quickly. And we would love Africa because there's no place better than home.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, very quickly, what are some of your leadership tips? Because I see you are you at some point maybe planning to run for office back in Cameroon? Most of the time that I've been here, you're either listening to some political debate.
Yes, there are a lot of ways that a young African entrepreneur can be helpful in the political space in Africa.
Contribute, yeah.
You could run for office yourself if you want to. I am not very interested in running for office right now, maybe in the future, but there are certain qualities that we want African leaders to have.
Right.
Listen to the people. Listen to the cries of the people. Do everything you can to alleviate poverty and unemployment for African youth. Don't be corrupt yourself, because if you are a president and you are not embezzling and you are not stealing, your ministers will think twice before they embezzle and steal. If you are a minister and you are not embezzling and you are not stealing, the members of parliament will think twice before they steal.
True.
If you are a member of parliament and you're supposed to represent the people and you're not doing your proper job, all across the political spectrum, there will be corruption. But if, as a leader, you stand with the people, you listen to the people, you work for the people, and you are not corrupt, it's going to be like trickle down.
Right,
but if you are in leadership, you should also be able to galvanize the people. If there is a catastrophe, you should be able to be there to comfort the people. The people should know that we have a leader that was there when we were down. And galvanize the people to work. If you don't have roads, galvanize them to build the road.
Yes.
If you don't have infrastructure, galvanize the youth, because you cannot be talking about unemployment and talking about lack of infrastructure when you could could take the unemployed people and put them to work to build the infrastructure.
True.
So it becomes a win-win situation. Leadership in Africa, the qualities, you must have honesty, decency, transparency, and if you don't have integrity, then who are you going to train? People will not be able to copy from you if you yourself, you are not an example to follow.
That's true. That's so very true. Leadership tips. And then very quickly, what are some of the books that you read? What are your favorite books?
Since I'm interested in politics and in religion,
yes,
most people will tell you, oh, I don't discuss politics and religion. And those are the two most important things.
Yeah.
The here,
you can't separate them. Yeah.
And the hereafter. You are not interested in politics, which means you don't care if your children have food or have proper education. And you are not interested in religion, meaning you don't care where you go to when you leave the earth.
Right.
Those are the two most important things that I do. I read the Bible, or I read books written by wise people, pastors, theologians, so that I can also understand,
expand your knowledge.
Yes, things about the scriptures. I'm a Christian, but I don't limit myself to the books of Christians. Since I have a lot of Muslim friends, if I say I'm a Christian and I have to obey the Great Commission of Evangelism, when I'm going to preach the gospel to somebody, I want to know their background, how they reason.
Right.
So I read their books. I read the Quran and the Hadith, so that I can understand how Muslims think. So when I'm talking with them, I can know how I can present Jesus Christ to them. Then I read other books, like, from other faiths, to understand how they think, so I can better present the gospel to them.
Perfect.
Then in politics, I read a lot of newspapers, political debates all around Africa. I'm on YouTube for hours, so that I can get what is happening around Africa.
Right. Wonderful. What would you tell our customers, especially now back to the business? Do you have, are there seasons that you have discounts, special offers, things like that? I know you have a website, and we'll be putting all that information below the screen for all you to log in and see what they have. But what would you want to, the few minutes that we have, your customers?
Well, I will tell potential customers, if you want to buy furniture, give us a ring or visit our store. We have living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, all types of accessories, from lamps to rugs, musical sets, everything you need for a home, we have sheets, comforters. So we actually strive to give you the best price. Let's say you come into the store and you need a discount, you see a sticker price, don't be afraid to ask for it, because business is a bargain. Maybe you want free delivery, maybe you want us to give you some discount. We are open to that. We also strive to make sure that even if you see something not in our store and you want us to bring us the picture and see if we could match the price or beat the price or just order it for you, we can do that. So don't buy furniture anywhere else without giving us a call. Don't buy a mattress anywhere without giving us a call. Yes, we will do the best for you, brothers and sisters.
Let Exotica House of Furniture be your place of choice next time you want to buy some furniture. Their customer service is fantastic, and you deliver anywhere within Maryland. Is that correct?
Yes, Maryland, Virginia, DC. You know, we don't just do like, say, 500 miles away, but as long as is North Carolina, there is a lady we delivered to Florida. It's because we actually had somebody going to Florida that accepted to do the delivery.
From here to Florida.
Yes, but we strive to deliver and to put the furniture together. Most furniture stores will just deliver, bring it, dump it, and go. We deliver it and we assemble it.
Set it up for them.
Yes.
Wonderful. So once again, viewers, please, if this is your first time on this channel, be sure to subscribe. I'll click a link below the corner, right at the corner. You'll see subscription. But also, for those of us who will be making orders using this channel, there's a special offer for you. And I'm sure when you come in and you say that you got the referral from this particular channel, he's going to take good care of you. Is that right?
Yes.
Wonderful.
I will definitely take good care of you. If it's my friend and my brother that referred you here, then we'll make sure that we'll treat you as a prince, as a princess, as a king, and as a queen. We offer financing. You can also do a layaway plan. And the financing option is very good because you get the furniture delivered right away and you make your payments. And most times it's with 0% interest. Come in.
Wonderful. So you had it from the boss himself. For good discounts, look at Exotica Furniture here in Middle River and on Rolling Road. God bless you. Thank you so much for connecting with us. Until next time, have a good one. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.